Hi, beautiful people. So this is week 2 of the Individual Wellness Challenge. So this one is about what would it be like to incorporate into your life the top 10 rules that confident people live by. Okay, so I can already hear some of you think, oh my gosh, confidence, what's that? So confidence is exactly what I'm doing now. So like talking to you through a video on a YouTube channel. Even though my channel isn't fully fledged, it's private, but it's still having the confidence to be able to do this. So we'll go through each one. So the first one is that confident people live by is they know themselves and accept who they are. So my question to you is, do you know yourself and do you accept who you are? So the idea of this exercise, when you watch it and then when you do the homework afterwards, is I want you to look deep within yourself and really think of yourself as, do I really know who I am as a person? Am I proud of the person that I am? If I walked out onto the street and someone said to me, oh my gosh, you're amazing, what would my response be? Would be turn around and say, oh, I know, and would are we accepting of the person that we are? Now, acceptance of who we are is probably the biggest challenge that we have as humans, is to accept everything as we are as a person, that we're not perfect, that we have faults, that we have elements about ourselves that we would like to change, but they make us who we are. So it's being able to accept yourself in the here and now with everything that you are. And if you look at it from like a weight loss perspective too, you know, a lot of women talk about how they don't when they look at themselves in the mirror, they don't like what they see. So this is about you really looking at yourself in the mirror and accepting yourself in that moment for exactly who you are. You know, people pull themselves apart with their cellulite, with, you know, maybe they've got a dimple in their bottom. Like, I'm just pulling things out, all the way that their hair look, or their ears, or their nose, or their teeth. It's all about accepting who you are as you are in this moment for forever time. And then you work on that. That's where your confidence lives, yeah? The next one is they believe in themselves and have faith in their own ability. So when I say that out loud to you, when you read that to yourself, do you believe in yourself and do you have faith in who you are as a person? So in your ability doesn't actually mean like you have a job or, you know, your career. It can mean a lot of things. It can mean you as a mum, you as a wife, you as a friend, you as an auntie. It can have things to do with your work, but it can also have to do with who you are as a person. So what abilities do you bring into this world? You know, I know you're probably all sitting there thinking, well, I don't have any, but you do. If you sat there and really looked at yourself, you do. I'll ask you a few questions. Can you cook? Can you clean? Can you brush your teeth? Can you do your hair? Can you sing? Can you walk? Can you drive a car? Can you read a book? Can you mow the lawn? Can you wash the bathroom? Can you type up a document? Can you play a musical instrument? Can you jump on a trampoline? Can you skip? Can you ride a bike? So these are all your abilities. So what you do is you put your name in the middle and then you spread out around all of the things that make up who you are. So, and when you can actually see your own abilities and have faith in your own abilities, that's when you believe in yourself as well. Okay, the next one is that confident people live by is they don't let negative self-talks enter their mind. So which is quite symbolic from the first workshop that you did, where we overthink what people say to us. You know, if someone says something negative to us, we actually take that on board as a reflection of who we are as a person. Not all the time, but the majority of the time we do, because we're human. And I'm sure that confident people, they're not perfect, so they too would do the same. So it's learning a process of allowing the negative talk to happen, but then being able to dismiss it. You know, I think I spoke about this in our last one. There's a difference between constructive self-talk, criticism, banter, whatever you like, compared to negative. Negative, when you hear someone say something to you in a negative connotation, it's negative straight away. It makes you feel funny about yourself, and it makes you self-doubt yourself. So if you can get to a point where you can allow those negative things that people say to you be dismissed. So how do we do that? Okay, so it's a process of where we allow, so if someone says it to you or a thought passes over you, you allow it to come in. And what I say to a lot of my clients is, it's like you visually see it in a bubble. So you pretty much are having a conversation with yourself. So you say to yourself, okay, I acknowledge that. I acknowledge that that's what you've just said to me. But I'm going to choose to put that self-talk, that negative thought, in a little bubble, and I'm going to stick it over to the side. And I'm going to deal with that later. I'm going to choose to look at it from this perspective, that I'm not what that person said, or I'm not what that thought has said about myself. I'm actually the opposite. So you flip it. So if someone says to you, what would be a good example? If someone says, you know, you might have done, I don't know, you might be out for lunch with friends, and you start getting into a conversation about, you know, I'm just pulling this out of the wind, you're a mum, and they start talking about their kids, and they're going on about how, you know, well, they didn't do that with their children. They never allowed their children to sleep in their room, and, you know, they were always very strict. They slept in their room, and that's where they went. And you're the opposite. So you actually, to comfort your children when they were growing up, you actually allowed them to come in. So what happens is, when someone says that about your parenting, you instantly take it on as a negative, when in actual fact, it's not. It's just the person saying it. They're wanting to make you feel bad. You've got two choices. You can choose to allow them to make you feel bad about what they've just said, or you can choose to dismiss it. It's their opinion. It's their choice that they did, but I chose to have my children in my bedroom and let them sleep with me, and there's nothing wrong with them. They're perfectly good children. So actually, I'm a really good mum, and that's where you turn it around. I am a good mum. So it's using your I am statements. No, actually, I am a good mum. So I hope that makes sense. So it's about flipping it and putting an I am in front of the statement that you've just heard. Yeah. The next one is they challenge themselves and push themselves to grow. So, I mean, the fact that you're doing this challenge is indication that you do like to challenge yourself and that you do want to push yourself to grow. So you've already ticked that as one of your self-confident things that people live by. You know, enrolling, I think the biggest fear that people have, and as I've said to you all the time, fear is not tangible, it's not real. So a lot of people are very hesitant about, you know, delving into challenges or delving into, you know, self-love retreats or workshops or things like that, because they don't want to look like an idiot, or they don't want to feel like they're not meant to be there, when in actual fact, it's all the more reason to challenge yourself. So I want to say to you right now, hats off that you're doing it. You're challenging yourself, which means that you're pushing yourself to grow, because you're actually doing this program. So you should be really, really proud of yourself. You can also expand on that a little bit more. You know, have you done challenges before where you've grown from it? You know, what out of it has allowed you to push yourself? What has allowed you to grow from things that you've done in the past? Yeah. The next one is they take control of their life and have a positive outlook on life and are in charge of their attitude. So this is really a self-reflection for you to look at, where the fact that you're doing this challenge is a one tick, that you're taking control of your life, that you're saying to yourself that you want to become the best version of you, that you want to start to love yourself, that you want to start to take care of your health and well-being. So instantly, you're taking control of your life, you're having a positive outlook in your life, and you're changing your attitude around it. So the minute that you start to delve into these things, so becoming the best version of me, wanting to start to love myself, wanting to try things that are going to change my perspective of things, is instantly you having confidence. When you enroll in things like this, you need a sense of confidence, so you already have it. So expand on that, what are other areas in your life that you can take control of? What other areas can you have a positive outlook on life? What other areas can you change about your attitude? Okay, the next one is they are comfortable in their own skin. This is a big one. So being comfortable in your own skin is being raw and honest. And I think I've shared this with a few of my clients, but the minute that I became comfortable in my own skin was when I was about 3 years ago, when we went to Bali and I did this self-love retreat over there. And without me even being aware of it, we went to this turtle island, and we got off the boat, and I thought that we all had to get out of our clothes and walk onto the island with our costumes on. But little did I realize, no, I didn't. My clothes could have stayed on. I could have just had my cozies underneath. But you know what? It was the biggest thing for me where I, for the first time ever, became comfortable in my own skin with all of the roles that I have from my children, the excess skin, everything about me, from how saggy my boobs are now to, the texture of my skin, to the size of my legs, and I was wearing a bikini. And there are photos of me with my children holding these turtles. And honestly, I didn't care. What I saw was someone that I was falling in love with, and that person was me. So that is a big step to become comfortable in your own skin. And that's why a lot of these programs that you go on, they talk about social media and being able to put posts up, raw and honest posts of your body image, and showing that you're proud of it. I know a lot of people aren't comfortable with that, but there are so many ways that you can do it. It's simply going to the beach with a bikini on and loving what you see, or going down to the river with a bikini on, or just your costume and walking down and just owning who you are. The minute that you start to own your body and everything in the way that it looks, you will start to grow, you will start to heal, and the weight loss will start to happen. It won't happen before that. It may, but what will happen is when you lose the weight, you'll just go back to feeling, well, why don't I feel any better? Because you haven't actually fallen in love with the true person that you actually are, the true person that is making you grow even more to your true authentic self. We go through things so that we can grow. That's the whole idea of being comfortable in your own skin, is being able to honor the person that you are in the here and now, and then grow from that. Yeah? Does that make sense? The next one is they are grateful for life's blessings. So I talk about this a lot with people. I say to you, every day you should wake up and you should at least write 1 to 3 things that you're grateful for. It is the most powerful technique that you can do. And from that is where your confidence grows. When you show gratitude, when you show that you are blessed, the universe will abundantly support you. So this is probably one of the biggest things that I've started this year, is my gratitude jar. So look, it's already nearly halfway full for this year. But every day in the morning, I write what I'm grateful for. And the idea is that at the end of the year, this is the most powerful thing, it gives me goosebumps, is that you actually get to read every single thing that you've written that you're grateful for. Yeah. So it's a really, really powerful tool to use because you're supporting your life and you're supporting your blessings within your life. You know, there's no greater gift that you can give to yourself by being grateful. I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to do these workshops for you beautiful eyes and ears that are listening to me. Yeah. So I'm grateful for that. So thank you. So expand on that when you're doing the workshop. Write down, think about when in your day, whether it's the morning or the night, that you can write what you're grateful for, and it doesn't matter. Yeah. The next one is they don't fear life's challenges and obstacles. So that's that beautiful word again, fear. So fear is not tangible. It's not real. It's like it floats around here on earth and it makes such a mess of things, but it's not actually real. But confident people have the ability to separate from what is fear-based and what is real. It is hard, and I'm telling you now, the most confident people in the world are not perfect, and they would be challenged by fear. But what this whole idea of this technique is the rules that they live by, the rules that honor who they are as a person each and every day. And one of them is that fear is not real, and it does not determine where their life is headed. You can allow it to, but what you can do is you can separate from it. You can say to yourself, well, yes, I know that you're there, but you're not real. I'm choosing to challenge myself in a different way. I'm choosing to own that challenge, and the way that I can own it is by rising above it, by finding another way to deal with it. Yeah. Every day, I will assure you, you will come up against a challenge. It's just life. It's having the patience and the realization to know that you can overcome it. Yeah, which is the obstacles. So you can visualize it like an obstacle course where you're jumping over it. So expand on that. So when you've watched this workshop, what out of today challenged you? You know, what obstacles challenged you? How did you overcome them? What did you say to yourself to help you get through it? You all have the tools inside you already and the strategies. By me talking to you, I'm just bringing them to the surface, yeah? The last one is they don't seek outside validation. This is probably the biggest one and the hardest one for all of us growing confidently within ourselves, is to not need validation from someone else. I will admit that this is probably one that I work on consistently, because I need validation sometimes to assure me that I am doing a good job, or that I am, you know, on the right path, or that I am a good mum or a good wife. So I do often find myself asking for clarity from my husband or my kids or friends, and that's okay. Getting feedback and validation is important with our life's growth. But I think the biggest goal that you can achieve to self-actualize, and this is what this whole thing is about, is you self-actualizing, is being your own best friend, validating to yourself that yes, you are a good mum, that yes, you are a good wife, that yes, you are a good friend, that yes, you are really good at what you do, that yes, you are beautiful, yes, you are loved. Then the list goes on. Yes, you know, you've got your shit together, basically. So these are the things that you need to be able to validate yourself. And I suppose expand on that. What areas already in your life do you reach out for validation? You know, where do you go to get your validation from? And try it, you know. There's no harm in having conversations with yourself to help learn the process of not having to seek outside validation. Yeah. And then the last one is they surround themselves with people who believe in them. Your vibe attracts your tribe. There's no truer word spoken. And this is all about decluttering and getting rid of people out of your life that no longer serve you, that instead of lifting you up, they actually bring you down. When you're on a healing journey, and I think I talk about this a lot with my clients, as you heal, people will drop off. Season, reason, and a lifetime. That's how you have to look at it. Don't look at it, and it does hurt sometimes, and you do feel saddened when you lose someone, but see it like that. See it as a season, a reason, and a lifetime. So they've come into your life to help you get where you are today. And then what will happen is the people that surround you, your tribe, are the women that lift you up, or the men that lift you up and carry you through life's path. You know, they support you when you need supporting. They hold you up. It doesn't even have to be friends. It's your family too. It's your husband. It's your partner. It's your children. When you heal and when you grow, you will notice the people that fly in and the people that fly out. It's the best gift that you can give to yourself at becoming the best version of you and loving yourself. Yeah. So I hope all that made sense. If none of it did, rewatch it again or inbox me with questions, but you will get a worksheet so that you can expand on it. As promised, I always do another card. So they're my butterfly ones again, which I love my cards. But yeah, be true to yourself and enjoy the workshop for what it is. So I'm being drawn to do this one today. And this one says, I make a positive difference in the world, even with my smile and my words. So that is very, very symbolic, yep, of what we've just ruled, what we've just done. So 10 rules that confident people live by, how you can become more confident in yourself. You already are, otherwise you wouldn't be doing this challenge. These are just little tools to add to your toolbox of change. Love and blessings. Take care. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.